Good evening. Welcome to the Sunday Night Takeaway show. Hope everyone's well and had a fairly decent weekend, and looking forward to the week ahead. Good evening, gents. How are we in the panel? Jez and Fuzzy.
Good, mate. Good. Yeah. It's been a nice weekend. No drama from Arsenal, so that's always good. And weather's been yeah. Yesterday was a beautiful day down here. Today's been proper horrible, just dark and dreary. But yeah, all good, mate. All good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Fuzzy, how about your good self?
Yeah, doing all right. Making the most of time off again, as you do. A little bit of luxury, but tell you what, all the holiday time as well resets itself at the end of this holiday week as well. So I'll go back to being able to book loads of time off again.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's how it works with retail, and especially when you get lots of hours, and you get more holiday. So it's all fun and games. Football side of things, it's all quiet on the Western Front of Manchester, and nothing really too much actually happening aside from media overdrive. We're signing every name under the sun in the summer, and then the story comes out the following day. Oh, about that story, yeah, it's not possible. They don't have the money to do it. But then the very next day, you'll get a breaking, £100 million blockbuster move. You just said yesterday we can't afford it. So what's changed? What happened yesterday that it's now a new story tomorrow? What's the crack? So yeah, interesting to watch what's going on.
Oh, good to hear, mate. Yeah, Jez, I must admit, me and Anthony always say we don't know what's going on with Fuzzy, and that he gets too much time off. That's the job of being. But apparently, we're not fit enough to work at his place, so never mind.
Well, that is yeah. My wife works in retail. She works at Waitrose. She's she works nights actually, and she is a shift thing. But yeah, I mean, she. I don't know how they do it, mate. They're weird shifts she does. Weird.
Really?
Like 1 minute she's doing like 5 nights, then it's only 3 nights, and then it's I don't know. Don't work it out. Really annoying actually. Because if I say, let's go and do this next week. Oh no, I'm working that night. Well, you don't normally work that night. Well, no, because they've changed the shift pattern. Oh, for fuck's sake,
Understandable. Very familiar.
Yeah.
Let's just introduce this man. He's been away for a while. He's been mostly doing non-league football, and obviously it was non-league football day yesterday. So a long return of this man. Good evening to John Sinclair.
Yeah, John.
Big up early doors. Big up Jez Legend. Big up my guy. How are you doing? You good?
All good,
mate. And yourself?
Canny, not too bad. It's good to see the real ones in the building as well, especially Jez. He's an absolute ledge. And Hussey, or if I can pronounce his name right, is ledge as well. Speaks facts and says how it is, and that's what I love about this channel. That's what I love about these guys as well.
Thank you, mate. Let's say to the good people in the chat that always is with us, and we're starting off with the usual suspect. Good evening all. Good evening, usual, and welcome to Dale Hallowell, first in the chat. Evening, guys. Hope you have a great show. Thank you very much, and welcome aboard. Howard, as always, good evening, all you beautiful people coming your irons. Absolutely. Yes, Sean, we was a little bit late for this one. Good evening, Fresh 2002. They're saying hello to each other. Like the video, people, as Dale saying as well. And good friend in Lexington, Kentucky, Lawrence. Good afternoon from the USA, coming your irons as well. And they're saying hello to each other, which is always good. And Spain are 1-0 up against the Dutch. Good start. Hello to I Am Chinese, as always, joining us lately. Funny dog. And of course, related to Fuzzy Jackson, Haggis Eaters 3-0 at the moment. CR7's missed a penalty for Portugal as well. Ooh, not good. Good evening, Aces. Hope you're well. Good to see you. He's overrated as always. And good evening to AFC NL. Evening all. Evening to yourself. Fuzzy. Same opinion. Ace is saying Anana going to Saudi Arabia in the summer. Any truth in that?
I have no idea. Well, I've not heard really any stories about it, but to say if to say it is true, then fantastic. It means you actually sign a goalkeeper that has hands and arms and legs and a brain.
Wow. Good evening, Sam, as well. Good evening, guys. And to Terence, good evening, sir. Evening, panel. Great to see you all. Great to see you as well, Terence. And also James Lamprey as well. Good evening, Tony Fuzz and Jez.
Yeah,
and
James.
to William Holmes. Hello, lads, he's saying. And they're saying like to John as well.
Big up to Acre Smith. Big up.
Trevor. And yes, to Mama Flossie, she's got back up at long last. Toon Army on the chat, she's saying.
I mean, Flossie.
Evening, Mama.
Big up, Mama.
Big Mama.
Mama.
Good evening to Ricky Howard. What's going on with Yeti? Not too sure. Has this something happened?
Hello.
Not too sure there. I have to find out. Mama. Ooh. Good evening to co-host on the Wednesday show, Anthony Herbert. Big up, lads. Just got home to sit down and have a cheek at McDonald's. Big Mac fries, a Coke, and a hamburger on the side, you greedy bastard.
On a Sunday. Sunday night Mackie D's. How about that?
Bless him. Big up to Anthony, by the way.
Yeah, he's fat enough as he is. Don't need no more.
Yes, Tim.
Good evening, Tim Healy as well. Toon Army taking over, he's saying there as well. And also, I'm saying hello to Lawrence. Jason Carter, good evening to you, good self. Hope you're keeping well. Good afternoon, fellas. Hope you're well this Sunday afternoon. Not doing too bad yourself. Hope you are as well, Jason. Long time no see, my friend. They're saying hello to each other. Big up to Matt as well. Big up Matty. I'm a Flossie Pan in the chat. And he's saying Fuzzy gets 50 days off a year in holiday entitlement, the lucky bastard. Look, Mama's, yeah. Yeah, he is redecorating his cave. And good evening to our good old friend Jose El Tel Cockerel. I'm a very forgiving and kind-hearted man, so I'll ignore the hurt this channel gives me by ignoring me and not inviting me anymore. Right, if that's the case, then Jose, I'll send the invite to you now, mate, because I can't have all that. That was kind of disparaging us. Jesus, man. I'm sure the panel there, great. Come on, you Spurs, he's saying there. Right, not having that.
Hey, John. Congratulations with winning that cup, mate.
Yes, thank you so much indeed, man. It's what it is, right? I mean, 70, yeah, not one in 55. Won the first cup with 69. I mean, what to see, Jess and guys in the chat is just to win that trophy, right? Just to see, witness that football club to lift the trophy. Eddie Howe's done a magnificent job at that football club. He really has. I mean, I know people want Eddie to be sacked, but at the end of the day, right, I'll back this guy. And, you know, it just goes to show, if we don't spend billions and billions of pounds, you get a good team there, it works. Do you know what I mean? I mean, Eddie's done, 500 M's on good players, do you know what I mean? And, you know, it's just, I was in tears after the game, you know, I really was. I couldn't believe, I had to sink it all in. I had grown men, grottlers, sincere, that this is what I've been waiting for, to win the cup, yeah?
It's amazing.
Will do. It is. Amazing, man. And
mate, I'll tell you what, I was supporting, I put it out there, I'm supporting Newcastle in that game, and I thought it was fantastic. I mean, I've never, well, apart from when you won the championship a few years back now, when you came up from there, I don't remember you winning the Fairs Cup. There was a little bit, I was watching football. I don't remember that. But I do remember my granddad telling me about the great Newcastle teams of back in the day. And the fact, you know, that you guys stepped up the mark and won that. I was over the moon, man. Absolutely over the moon.
Oh, thank you, Jez. Thank you, man. I mean, at the end of the day, sort of, I really appreciate your support as well. And it's nice to see someone different on that cup. You know what I mean? I mean, you've got players we got Isak, I mean, that is the most important thing in that game, right? When Alexander Isak got that second goal to put us 2-up. And that tells me everything I need to know that trophy is heading back on Tyneside for the first time since 1955. I wasn't even born then, but I seen my club. And if you look at
it, and I'm old, and I won't
No, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think Mikel Arteta will win you a trophy, mate. He will not win you a trophy, mate. He won't. I'm sorry, but he won't, because that guy, that manager, will not get you over the line. He will not.
No. Totally agree with you, mate. Totally agree with you.
And I'll go further as well, right? I mean, I think he's just controlling the players, yeah? He's controlling those players, yeah? He's not allowed to play. They want to play through the self sort of thing. No, some of those players there, I mean, are not really good enough, if you know what I mean, yeah? I mean, what you need just is what you haven't got is what we've got, a world-class number 9. And that's what you need, a striker.
Totally agree.
And he has, since he's been there, since like Aubameyang then was there, right, when he left, or Aubameyang or Lacazette, you haven't replaced him. You bought in 29. I don't know what his position is. I really don't. Whether he plays up front or midfield, I haven't got a clue. But he's not going to get you a title, yeah? He'll not win you a title. He will not. No. And Jesus will not win you a title, yeah? Martinelli not going to win you a title, yeah? I mean, everyone's harping on about Saka, right? Oh, he's back against Real Madrid and this sort of thing for the end of the season. Don't bring him back. Use him to the end of the season. Because if he comes back and he breaks out again, it could be another few months out. And that can ruin your season. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for me, right, give him to the end of the season. Let him rest to the end of the season completely, right? Go over to the place that we've got, yeah? I'm sorry to say this, but Arsenal not beat Real Madrid. Let's make that clear. Yeah. They will not beat Real Madrid, yeah? Because they're not good enough. Real Madrid will find a way, and they will beat Arsenal. They always find a way. Arsenal will not beat Real. I'm sorry, Jez, but I love you to do it.
Mate. I totally agree with you. Look, I'm not deluded. Right? I'm a realist.
Definitely not.
I've watched this club for so long, over so many years, and I'm not being conned. Right? This lot. Yeah. When we played the other week against Chelsea, yeah, decent win. Chelsea were terrible. They were terrible. And Arsenal got it over the line. But, mate, people are telling me we're going to move on and beat Real Madrid. Get out of it, man. Get out of it. We're going to get cooked by some couple of our players are going to get cooked. And no. I'm not stupid, man.
No, definitely not. Some of these YouTubers, like Arsenal YouTubers, we're not going to mention who they are, yeah, thinking they're going to do it. The top gooners reckon, we could do this, we could do that. No, they will not. They will not. And just go back about Newcastle, I know, you've got to go on to the topics, yeah, but there's 2 players who are really chuffed with for Newcastle United. Dan Burn, because he's a local lad, got England plays as well. And there's one player I'm going to mention as well. He came to us a 40 million flop in Joe Linton, right? Player up front, didn't have a clue, weak, looked lost, every one of them gone, yeah? He was not good enough, yeah? But what Eddie Howe's done, he's made plays in the better players. Joe Linton, right? If you watch him, every tackle he made, he celebrated as he was scoring a goal, yeah? That guy, right? 28-year-old, right? He's been in the club for what? 5 years, 6 years? And you know what? He is a Toon legend. In fact, all of those players that played on Sunday are Toon legends. Eddie Howe is up there as well. He did something like Kevin Keegan can get us a cup, a trophy. Bobby Robson can get us a trophy. Yeah? But this manager has come in, and the day Tuchel leaves England, I fear for us. I do fear, because I've got a feeling he's going to be our next England manager now.
It's a good shirt. Probably will. I mean, he's got
he will.
He's got the credentials for it, John. I must admit, he's got the credentials. But let him stay where he is at the moment and doing a fine job at the Toon.
100%.
Matt saying Spurs women lost to West Ham women. I'm surprised, Jose. What's this show his face here? Yeah, Jose's a good lad, and we know that. And good evening to DJB. That's on with Jez.
Big up DJB, another real run I listened to on
listen to him on Jez's show, and also it's a great camaraderie him, Jez, and Kenny has on there. Good evening to William Holmes. Yeah, fair play to Newcastle. Well done.
Thank you, William. Thank you.
I was saying Bulgaria 1-0, the Paddies 0. DJ been there. Krauts have a pen. They're saying as well. We're going through all the games. Eddie Howe will probably get a new contract soon. Well,
I think he will. I really do think so, because he can man what he wants now. He can write his own terms. Yeah, do you know what I mean? He can walk in, write his own terms, and say, "Yo, this is what I want. These are the players I want," and I tell you what, they give it to him.
Well, the world's his oyster now, John, isn't he? Really. Exactly. 100% Arsenal is missing a number 9. So as West Ham Lawrence, don't forget that we're also missing one as well. We need one.
No, something to note as well with Eddie Howe winning that trophy is that I think it's almost 18 months worth of football season since Newcastle actually had any significant investment of players coming into that team. 2 whole seasons, a season and a half technically, but still 3 transfer windows later with no incomings. They've still found a way to actually make good of that team, or in Eddie Howe's case. So the fact that he's been given minimal investment and he's making the most of other competitions instead of just trying to sort of be like, we'll just get into good positions in the league table. He's go after other trophies. There's other trophies to win. Play a certain style of football that is a bit of us against the world type mentality, siege mentality, and those players have banded together. You've got the quality there to make a difference, but still no bit easier not having investment to actually properly give you a solid shot at winning trophies. And you're going through, maybe when you call them upset results, to get to where you are. But with the right investment, with Eddie Howe, give him the full 9 yards, see out just how far he really can take this Newcastle team.
Yeah, only slight concern, Eddie, only a little bit, not a lot, but he was English players, the normal, that's the only concern. Yeah. All we need is top quality players going to take us further. We need to keep Isak. He is so important. If you keep Isak, then the rest will take care of itself, We've got Bruno Guimaraes, outstanding. Julian, outstanding. Anthony Gordon, didn't play, suspended, outstanding. Yeah. And Dan Burn. But what you have to realise as well.
Tonali.
Yeah, Tonali, never mentioned him. What a player he is. But we really think about it. We played that final last week. There's no Lewis Hall, no Sven Botman, no Anthony Gordon. 3 key players out. And we still won the game. Not just beat Liverpool, we absolutely cooked them.
Convincing game.
Yeah.
It was a convincing result. Before we carry on, though, I just want to say this. As you see over the weekend and that, we say with commiserations of the late, great George Foreman passed away this weekend. Yeah. Rumble in the jungle.
Yeah.
What a man. And he even won a belt when I think he was 42 as well, didn't he?
What a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. Massive miss for boxing, man. An absolute icon, a legend. Do you know what I mean? An icon. Fought some great fighters. Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. He beat Michael Moore for the title back in '94. 10th round knockout. Yeah. And I tell you what, he's a character as well. And I think you guys might agree, he's a character. And we lack characters, apart from Tyson Fury. We just lack it in the boxing game now.
We do indeed, mate. We do indeed. I mean, even still, you become a minister as well. And of course, one of you is probably at some point in your shape, life, or form had a George Foreman healthy grill.
Still got one.
See?
Hey. Still got one. Yeah, brilliant, they are.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, just going on this one, Ace is putting there. Don Carlo destroyed Forteta comfortably. I mean, you said it about some of the Arsenal guys. I mean, we have seen a clip. I sent it to Fuzzy and Anthony and the little chat we have. There's one particular character that reckons Arsenal are bigger than Real Madrid.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Bigger club than Real Madrid.
Bigger club than Real Madrid.
Bigger club than Real Madrid. All right then.
Anybody want to hash their bets? Bet two is who's the culprit?
He wears these. Just to give you a clue. He wears these just to give it away a little bit.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
where do these people get this from?
Oh man. What it does more than anything else, it tarnishes all the real kind of Arsenal fans with the same brush.
Yeah, correct us if I'm wrong, right? Carlo Ancelotti, he won 5 Champions League titles, yeah, and twice as a player.
Yeah, what a legend.
How many did Super Doom Mick run as a Champions League winner? How many Champions League medals has he got?
Depends if you're playing FIFA 23 or Sports 25.
Well, this is the same fella that put nine Arsenal players in the Real Madrid team over Real Madrid players.
Wow.
Are you making this up?
That just says it all then, really, that.
I mean, whatever he's smoking, man, or whatever he's drinking, don't go near it because it's obviously going to addle your brain. I mean, come on, man. Seriously.
There are some Muppet Arsenal.
The other day he said that Rice is better than Camavinga, or whatever his bleeding name is.
Even Steve.
What are you watching here? What are you watching? Because whenever I've seen Real Madrid play, which is not a lot, I have to admit, I'm not an avid watcher like Lee is or other people, and I don't see that one. I like Declan Rice. I think he's a great player. I really do. But he ain't in that level. Sorry, that doesn't equate. I mean, I wonder whether these people need to go to Specsavers, right? Because whatever they're watching, they've got some problems with their eyes. Seriously. Because
Jeff.
I think my glasses work. Because when I'm watching Arsenal, I actually see what they're doing. Mate, come on. You can't make it up, can you?
Exactly that's it. I mean, just going to catch up with the chat. Jason saying Eddie Howe is a much better manager than Mikel Arteta. It's just that simple.
Facts. Yeah. Absolute facts. I mean, he's proved it. He's proved it this season. And not only that, we beat Arsenal 3 times. Sorry, Jez. We've beaten 3 times this season.
Got his number. I mean, Anthony Gordon's withdrawn from the England squad, hasn't he, as well?
Yeah. Hip injury.
Not good. Thanks, Steve.
Fair play, Nicole. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, yes, he is.
Big up, Mama.
What was the last score? Reliance as always. Good evening to GP as well. Ace is saying Newcastle will demand 200 million for Isaac, and nobody will active his release clause. I mean, obviously, there's a lot, as you know, Jez, there's a lot of Arsenal channels reckon that, Isaac is a done deal. He's going to be at Arsenal.
Yeah, get out. He ain't leaving. He's not going to. Why would he want to leave Newcastle? They've just won a cup, right? First trophy in, what was it? God knows how many years.
70. Domestic trophy for 70 years.
Yeah.
70 years. They've just done that, right? And everything's rosy. They're going to kick on. I'll tell you now. They're going to kick on next season, right? Let's not forget that one. Yeah, and got a manager there that's doing the business, beaten Arsenal in the cup. Yeah, kicked us out. That was it. We were out of the Carrier Bag Cup and done us in the league. So what's to leave Newcastle for Arsenal when you've got a manager that has just won you a trophy at your club, and you're going to come to a club with a manager, right, that can't win you a fucking shit. So, let's not get carried away here. Yeah, we're not the club we once were and attract the top players. We haven't got a manager that will attract top players.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's been proven. Let's get it right. Players are looking at us now, Arsenal, right, thinking, why do I want to go there? Why? I'll go somewhere with a proper manager.
Yeah.
I can go somewhere
I agree with you.
with ambition. Yeah, I mean, and we've got a fan base now that discounts domestic trophies. Oh, it's not relevant. Not relevant. I've seen it always, all over the place. Oh, the FA Cup is a small trophy. Are you having a laugh? It's the oldest bloody domestic football trophy in world football.
Exactly.
Fact.
Exactly that.
LA, even when I've said this so many times before, so sorry if I repeat myself, in an interview he had at the end of his playing career, he was interviewed and the guy said to him, "You've won everything in world football." And he said, "No, I never won an FA Cup."
See, says it all.
That's
Says it
awesome.
all. Yeah.
Pele. That's Pele, man.
Says it all. Jason Carter's asking for all of us on the panel, are Newcastle a better put together football club squad than Arsenal currently? We'll leave you till last, John. We'll leave you till last on this one. Fuzzy, what do you think on that one?
I'd agree with that. I would agree with you, Jason.
Yeah.
Arsenal a
Agree.
better football club squad than Arsenal. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, I'd say that's the case. It feels, I think with the current Arsenal team, it feels like it's forced together. It's like we're going to paint this pretty picture to everyone on the outside and say, hey, look, guys, look at how fantastic this team is. And everyone's sort of buying into it. Meanwhile, on the inside, you kind of wish you were a fly on the wall inside these places where there are no cameras or microphones. So we're just sort of giving each other these sort of edgy looks like, yeah, I'm not too sure about this. And it's probably not all rosy and dandy on the inside. So I think with Newcastle, that feels a much more organic team because that's you just look at the individuals in all the instances where you win a tackle, put the ball out for a corner or a throw in, and just the reaction that they give to that, because it's all the little things that add up for those players on the pitch. Meanwhile, Arsenal just feels like it's all some sort of Disney-esque storyline. Feels all too forced.
I agree. And also as well, just a question for Jess quickly on Law. Basically, you got a new director of football now, sporting director. Is that better? Is that
Andrea Burton?
Burton, that's the one. Is he going to be? He's going to have faith at Mikel Arteta next season. I mean, or you might need someone else. You might need a new manager. What do you think?
I want a new manager, John. Yeah. To be honest, I've had enough of this guy. He ain't going to take us anywhere. Yeah. I mean, I have my conspiracy theory, and I've talked about it a lot of times. I reckon Josh Kroenke's brought in this guy Berta to sort the shit out, see what's going on, have a little look. He's going to report back and sort this crap out. I think for way too long, Edu and Arteta were getting it totally wrong. Arteta, in my opinion, has got too much power, and that's got to be stopped. And I reckon that this guy's going to come in and say, this ain't good. This is going all tits up here. And it may be, I could be totally wrong, but there's a reason he's been brought in. And that reason, I believe, is to sort out the shit that's going on. It's been going on way too long. And it wouldn't surprise me at all, right? We're going to be stuck with him next season to a certain point. But, people keep going about his £300 million war chest. Really? Where's that coming from? I don't trust Arteta for that money. I don't.
Big up here.
I don't at all. I think the guy will just buy shit again, the usual rubbish he buys. But at the end of the day, this man needs to come in and sort it out because I don't trust Arteta. I think he's a narcissist, arrogant prick, and he ain't going to get us over the line. So it's time for him to walk. And he won't walk. He ain't going to throw away £15 million a year. Why would you? Why would you? He's not that man. If he lost his job tomorrow, he's never got to work again.
True.
Facts. Absolute facts.
Just on this one for Lawrence. Thank you for the super chat against Lawrence. Thank you much. I really appreciate it. So, Tony, sorry I'll have to leave early today, but you take care, mate. Tony is the man. Jez is a legend, and Fuzz needs a new team.
Big up, Lawrence.
Get facelift. Just give the club lift. Replace the face with just a club lift. Just everything. I've seen another story as well. Apparently, allegedly, Sergio Ratcliffe said that Man United is a club that's gone off the rails as well.
Wow,
mate, you're in charge of it. You sunk this ship, Mr. Captain of the Titanic. You saw the iceberg and steered the ship towards it.
Good evening to Rich 99 Arsenal.
Big up, Rich.
Made a video on my channel regarding how better Eddie Howe is than this stubborn, smug prick Arteta. Arteta thinks he's untouchable, an elite manager. He's an apprentice. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that one. That's for sure.
Do you think Eddie Howe is an elite manager now? He's won the Carabao Cup.
I wouldn't say he's elite.
It's
I mean, in a day, I mean, you know, yeah, absolutely. Pardon the pun. But if you look at it, John, we know he's a good manager. You know, we looked at him at one point, but we knew we weren't going to get him as a replacement. But when you think about it, what he does things the right way. Yeah, he's made mistakes. He's learning as it goes along. Mm-hmm. But this is the start of it, I think. And as Jess said, I mean, when you look at what I like about Newcastle is the way, you know, your new owners, the way they've handled it. They've not come in and said, like, we've got all the cash and splash, splash, splash. We're going to do it diligently. We're going to make sure we do it in the right order. We know, obviously, we've got everyone looking at us because, obviously, what we are. But they're handling it in the right way. And because of that, the next couple of years, you'll see a difference in Newcastle. And that's how I see it.
Absolutely. 110%. I mean, again, people on social media say that Eddie Howe is an elite manager. He's definitely elite now, sort of thing. For me, is he an elite manager, in my opinion? Not just yes. But like you said, give it a couple more years and he wins another trophy or gets to a title race, win the major honours, then we have to call him. He's 47 years of age.
Absolutely.
He can still be an elite manager. But for me, I don't think he is yet. Do you think, Jess? Do you think he's elite or not yet?
I would say he's not far off it. To be honest, I wouldn't say he's elite, but I would say give him another couple of 3 years. Mm-hmm. And if he gets in, because we haven't seen massive investment yet at Newcastle,
no,
but it's going to happen. And as Tony just said, what Newcastle are doing, they're building on a platform that they will become a great team. There's no question about it. Mm-hmm. What you've done with what you've got just says to me you've got a bloody good manager. Is he elite just yet? I wouldn't say so, but I think he will be. What I like about him, right, is he goes under the radar, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
You know, there's no big sort of what's the word I'm looking for? There's no great sort of noise from him. But what he does, he achieves it, and he does it sort of quietly. And I think, would I have him at Arsenal? All day long. All day long.
Exactly.
And I think fair play to you guys, because I think there's great things to come in the next. I think you're going to have a great future. I honestly do.
Totally agree on that one, Jess. 100% on that, man. Because end of the day, I know Newcastle United fans are, excuse me, I was saying on social media, saying he's elite, that he's elite. In my opinion, they need to calm down a little bit. I'll just say, like you guys said, I totally agree. Not yet, but give it a couple more years. It turn our club into a fantastic club. And at the minute, we're just getting there, baby steps. We're not spending millions, or whatever you want to call it. We're just taking our time, get the right players in. You look at the players brought in, like you got Bruno Guimaraes, right? Took his time. Lewis Hall, didn't rush him in. Livramento, didn't rush him in. Yeah? He just took the time, couple months, and then away we go. And Eddie Howe's done it absolutely perfect. And it's working.
Definitely agree on that. Big up to Vincenzo. Big up Don Jez, Tony, everyone on the panel. Big up to yourself,
Big up
mate.
for Gentle.
Yeah, Joe.
Crowds are tuning up as well now. Big up to John. Jez, I'll have him back in a heartbeat. Yeah, totally agree on that comment. Isaac will either go to Liverpool or Barcelona. Good evening, Colin. Sorry I'm late, but you can guess what's happened. Good evening, Tony, Jez, Fuzzy, and the other guy. This is John Sinclair. All you wonderful people. Always a pleasure joining you on the chat. Colin, great to have you with us as well. Mama saying the owner said Isaac will not be sold to anybody. Fair play.
Won't happen.
Yeah, even Steve Bell said exactly the same thing. Isaac isn't leaving Newcastle. Well, not for Arsenal anyway. Rich 99. Sorry, go on first. Go on.
A club out there that might try to poach Isak could be Barcelona because Lewandowski's getting on a bit.
So that's my concern.
Could be a plausible, like that's the sort of club you want to look out for, and because of Lewandowski getting a bit older, they're going to be hunting for that top tier replacement. So
it's a good shout. There's a good shout. Rich 99 Arsenal, big up early doors. Thank you for subscribing, mate. You're most welcome. I've just got my first 100 subs. Superb. Started in January. Big up, Jez. Newcastle, well done. We and Arsenal are going backwards. Yeah, totally agree on that. Howard Isaac to Arsenal laughing. Yeah, look, AFC always is saying everyone has got a price. And they're saying like there. Good evening, Michael, please. Evening, big up Moyes for being a character witness for Paqueta. Yes, I was going to come on to that. Obviously, Paqueta's trial has now started on the betting. And yes, fair play to David Moyes. He is stepping as a witness for Paqueta to help his case. So I think we've got a couple of more weeks to find out what's going to happen with this guy, and hopefully the FA don't ban him for life, which they're hoping for. But we'll see. This is him basically. Sorry, if I was coming to you. This is him basically getting booked and stuff like this, and apparently it's all to do with bets that he was placing over in Brazil.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so it's about 4 or 5, I think it's something like that. Someone in the chat will probably correct me. And yeah, he's looking. They're looking to basically give him a lifetime ban.
Oh shit! Okay.
Not good.
Yeah, well, big ups to David Moyes, and I guess I think you expect Happy Hammerette to refrain from calling him Haggis Breath for at least a short while.
Haggis Breath. Jay saying, Jez, you're right. You know, Isaac isn't coming to Arsenal, and just because Terry Moore is his idol doesn't mean he will come to the Gunners. Sesko, we get. Yes, very true. Very true, Jay.
That's the levels, man. That is the levels. Yeah, I don't rate that Sesko at all, personally.
No. I can't remember the last time we played a game of high and absorbing quality. I nearly fell asleep watching the Chelsea game. I mean, that game was. And if you look at it, I mean, Chelsea, Jesus Christ, they were dross. And you only scored that goal. I mean, Jez, you've been a referee. You've played you've refereed games where, when it comes to corners, you always have fullbacks on the posts.
Yeah.
There's no, and the keeper. Well, that's
There was a question in that one though, right? Cucurella, what his name is, which I questioned this. It didn't go to VAR. There was a clear opportunity in the 18-yard box. He went down and played the ball.
Yes.
That to me is handball.
Yeah.
But didn't get VAR. Interesting.
No.
Interesting, that one.
We've been seeing a few of those, haven't we, though, the last couple of games from other teams. Yeah, we've had a few. Well, there was our one. Fun enough, against Newcastle, when Kilman got pushed in the back and they scored from it. But other than that, it didn't go to VAR either.
No, it's weird, isn't it?
I think they just felt bad for him. So I didn't give it. We're sorry for you, Chelsea.
Matt saying the FA have no solid evidence on Paqueta, so we'll see their GP saying like the Arsenal manic. Rich is saying Arteta will sign Sesko because you can tell him his bullshit's process and phases and then keep Havertz in the team. Yeah. 700 million and we need a rebuild. 6 bastards are run Arsenal. Nothing like David Dean days. Yeah.
Very
long gone.
Very, very true, Rich. Very. Basically, Rich has knocked it on the head there. We are now in a worse position, squad-wise, than when Arteta came in.
Oh, Jesus.
You look at it, right? We haven't got an out-and-out proper striker, right? We've got a worse squad depth than when Emery got the sack, right? We've had a worse cup run for something in the FA Cup I'm talking about here, something like 55 years, right? So we're in a worse shit story than we were when he came in. What's that tell you? What does that tell you?
Yeah,
and
that's not good, is it?
These people, I can't give them enough respect to call them fans. I can't, right? Because we are in deep shit. We need another rebuild. So what we're going to do? Go through phase one again? I mean, I'm sorry. These people that support this house, idiot. I've been watching streams the last 2 weeks, and I deliberately stay out of the chat because I just get wound up, and I'm just thinking, what are you people seeing? What is your love for this manager? Honestly, come on.
Yeah. I mean, as Terence says here, Jez, I know you call it the Carrier Bag Cup, but as you won it, the Arteta section would have seen that as a success. You can't help the deluded.
Yeah, absolutely, Terence. The only reason I call it Carrier Bag is if I find it hard to say Carrier Boa.
Carrier Bag instead. Challenging twice and don't even get to Wembley, but the Arteta fans keep backing it. Yeah, absolutely. Joe said, I'm enjoying a break from the Arsenal. They just pissed me off. Had enough.
Yeah, big up Joe.
Yeah. Last time Russell got loose doggers. Wow, GP. Krauts are freely out now. They all say hello to each other. Because funny, I mean, when you look at the four of us on this panel at the moment, the only one that's kind of being run properly, and that is Newcastle.
Yeah.
I saw something today, and it kind of, I've seen a couple of people say it beforehand, and it seems to be coming more to light. We have this Daniel Kretinsky, who's got a 27% share in the club. And everyone, was hoping at some point that he would take over from Sullivan. But it's got to the stage where he might be looking elsewhere now. Or he's been told, look elsewhere, because David Sullivan is not going to let his grip go of this club. And if that's the case, then that we are in for dark times. West Ham, we are literally in for dark times. And
not good.
Come join us, Tony. Join us in the dark side of football.
Oh man, that's what it is. That's what it will literally be. Good evening to Arteta and Trent. Am I deluded? Newcastle, the richest owners in the world, haven't been able to flex any financial muscle, yet have one of the best midfielders in the world. And Isaac, not bad for no money spent. Absolutely. And this is the thing.
Agreed.
They're doing it in the right way. And that's what I like about them.
The thing is, so, right? I mean, we, because of PSR and financial fair play, we cannot spend. We can't spend because of that. Because I don't know if you guys know, my understanding is, right, and I stand by it, once you had this takeover back in 2021, the Premier League's come and said, right, you know what? We're going to bring this rules in to stop people like us to spending. Now, the reason PSR's brought in is because of us. The Premier's not going to tell us that. We know that they single out Newcastle because they do not want to see a no sugar daddy spending out billions or millions to be success.
Absolutely.
That's why they're protecting the bigger clubs. Yeah, I'm not going to mention it, but I'm fair to say that it's just so frustrating. So I know a lot of people are saying Man City need to win this court case. If they win it, the Premier League is left.
Oh, yeah. You imagine that one. I mean, we're waiting to see what happened for Paqueta.
Wait and see on that one.
The City one.
It's taking its time, though. It's taking its time, though, isn't it?
Look, but they're going to have to, aren't they? I mean, at the end of the day, you've got to think the financial clout of City and then what obviously the FA have got. I mean, to go down that road, it's not going to be an overnight job, is it? That's for sure. It's going to take longer than 3 weeks like it is for this Paqueta case. This is going to go on for a while.
I agree.
A long time.
I agree.
Good evening, Leon. Hi, everyone on the panel. Hello, Whammers and Mama Flossie on foe. Are you loony kahunas? For you loony kahunas. Anthony saying, agreed, Lawrence. Fuzzy does need a new team. Yeah, we all do. Michael Blees is saying 10 more years of Arteta, 10 more years we say, 10 more years Arteta playing football the fucked up way.
Yeah.
God.
Big up to Carl Rossi as well. Good to see you, my friend. How many super chats to sign Isaac? Jesus Christ. The limitless, unfortunately. As if he's leaving to Arsenal. Yeah, you know that, Cole. He's not going to happen, is it? Peter Chelmsford, good evening again. Would Arsenal fans take Ancelotti? I mean, Jez, you know this one yourself.
Yeah, I would, mate. Proven winner. Done the business. But he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything at Everton or bollocks. He's a proven winner, man. We haven't got a proven winner.
No.
End of story.
No. He is, Steve. He is a very good manager. I do like it, anyhow. Which is saying, Berto has worked with Simeone for years and years. I hope he tells Arteta what's happening and doesn't become a puppet. Yeah, that's going to be the only kind of sad part about it if he comes in and is no better than what Edu did.
I don't think so at all. I mean, this guy's a total different level, I think. Let's be fair. Edu really has experience. You know, he worked for Brazilian FA, then he went to, where is it? Some Iranian FA or somewhere like that. So he had no experience in negotiation. And then he ends up somewhere else, and then he comes to Arsenal. So it's a big mistake. Huge mistake.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be bullied by Arteta. I don't think so.
Looks like he handled himself as well, Jess. I don't think Arteta want to mess with him, that's for sure. Michael Blees saying FA chose Tuchel because there was no good English managers. What a load of bull.
I agree.
Well, yeah, that's an odd one, isn't it?
I suppose if you look at it, they probably didn't have the money to buy anyone out. That's the truth of it. That's the truth of it. Richard Stone, thank you, mate, for the sub to the channel. I wasn't sure of your first name. Don't worry, there's a few names that come to mind, Rich. More than one. Stadium Pillage is available. And there's Richard's channel.
Yeah, big up to Richard, by the way. Great guy. Love the guy.
I'll go and sub to that after this show.
Brilliant. Howard saying elite managers win multiple domestic cups and European software. Oh, and the charity plate. Yes, don't forget. Two. Steve Bell was asking you, John, do you think Newcastle needs to strengthen next season? And if so, where do you think they need to strengthen?
Big up to Steve. Hope you're well. Hope your team is doing okay too. Yes, I think we need to get a right side of mid. I mean, definitely the right side of mid. We've been looking at that for the season. We need another striker because Callum Wilson could be on his way. We definitely need probably one more defender in a way because I think Lascelles will be on his way. Fabian Schär, question mark on him. They got Emil Kraft on extended 1 year contract. For me, we definitely need a goalkeeper because I think either Poole or Dubravka will be on their way, one of the two. And we definitely need about 3 or 4 more signings. That's all we need. We're not going to be getting 7 or 8 new players coming in, but outgoings, I'll give it a 6. But one thing I'm going to say, I think we definitely need those positions, yeah. But I've heard James Trafford's name's been mentioned quite a lot, and we need to get rid of the goals from Mark Gillespie, John Ruddy, and any of Pope Dubravka. We've got Flacademos as well. Forgot about him, by the way. I mean, hardly played. I think he'd be gone in somehow as well. The reason we got him because of PSR. Elliot Anderson went to Forest. We've got him in the other way. We paid 22 million for that goalkeeper, and he hardly kicked the bar, believe it or not.
Yeah, but we know that one as well, John. We got Wes Foderingham and that. I don't think he's seen daylight for us yet.
Nah,
he's in the same position. One here for Jez from AFC Always. Do you think Win the Dog will have puppies before Arsenal win another league title? Probably would.
But I think Win the Dog's a male.
They're just stranger things have happened, they say.
But it wouldn't put it past me. I wouldn't be at all surprised, AFC, to be honest with you, mate. You know what I'm saying? It's actually, this is how it is. Right? My missus said to me yesterday, who are Arsenal playing this weekend? I said, they're not. Because it's international break, and I hate international breaks. Boring as shit. And she went, oh, thank God for that. You won't be a miserable shit this weekend, Lee. And yeah, it is. But yeah, to answer that, AFC, you're probably correct, my friend. I thought Win the Dog was actually a male, but I could be wrong. But who knows, man? Who knows?
That's true. Peter's asking when we find out about the 115 charges against Man City. Well, you keep hearing it's due, but light at the end of the tunnel, it just seems to never be coming at the moment. So, anyone got any ideas?
I don't think you ever will.
Now, I'll tell you what will happen is, I could be wrong in this. I think there must be like a sort of agreement sort of thing, like, you know what, pay that fine, and all we've forgotten about. But we have to see what happens. But it's going to be interesting. But they're just keeping it quiet in a minute.
Yeah, just carry on the business, isn't it?
Exactly. That's all it is. They're not. I don't think the Premier League's ever going to tell us.
Nah.
Arteta and Trent saying Newcastle already have the second best strike in the Premier League, and I say a top 4 midfield. Their midfield is brilliant. Totally agree on that. Oh yeah, don't forget the Betway Cup as well for Arsenal. Yes, true. Anthony, question: Tony, your badge next to Jez. I've got to say, our badge makes your badge look really shit. Yeah, all right, mate, all right. Of course, the legendary Beltway Cup. That's the one. GP says, I missed the Milk Cup, but people are here too young to remember that. Google it. Yes, the Milk Cup. Absolutely, Leonie is indeed. You're right, Herbert. Which is saying people forget as well what Eddie Howe did with Bournemouth. Yeah, he did a great job at Bournemouth.
He's done a bit of job.
I think it was the Milk Cup the last time Arsenal won the League Cup. I think.
Blimey, yeah.
I think. Might be wrong. Might be in the Coca-Cola.
Thanks, Mama. I'm getting there. Newcastle midfield is better than ours. Yeah, Coca-Cola cup in your hand, absolutely.
Just it's as valuable as well.
Jason Tinder was great, number 2 as well, always involved. Who the frick is Tony? Like Soprano. Me, GP. That's me. Me. Hey, Leon. Hey, what's your name? Colin saying, sorry, John Sinclair. I'll remember you next time, mate. Absolutely.
Good lad.
Good evening to Jeff, Rani Bubble. I was at the Milk Cup final. We play at Villa Park. There you go. And obviously John went playing back to him as well, which is good. Oh, my days, GP. I would milk early doors. Thank you very much, Jez. Very greatly appreciated. Michael, please is saying, how much do the FA have to pay Paqueta and West Ham when it goes to court of law? You can end a person's career on probability, need 100% proof. And this is the thing. I mean, I don't know if you're aware. Apparently, they asked for his mobile phone, got his mobile phone, give it back to him, and then said, oh, we need it back because we ain't got all the information. By that stage, he'd got a new one and chucked and lobbed the old one. Can't make it up. It's where they want to try and make a scapegoat of someone. And unfortunately, it's going to be in by the looks of it. Good evening to Eric Bergstock. Big up Jez in the panel. Big up to yourself as well.
Big up Eric.
So big up to Stephanie Griffiths. Big up Stephanie. Anthony saying Paqueta got one of his bets right though. He had betted on Tom was buying his subs so they could ban him really. Colin saying, Tony mate, I've heard that the FA haven't got strong enough evidence and that they won't be able to give him a lifetime ban. Well, that's what we want to hear at the end of the day. Yeah,
Agreed.
Definitely. Vincenzo saying David Dean is the one that brought the Cronkies to Arsenal. Oof. Maybe didn't think of that one.
Hi, Stephanie.
Huge congrats on ending the domestic trophy drought.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. I really appreciate that. 70-year, long time. And you know what? That's the greatest moment of supporting Newcastle United. And it's just brilliant. Thank you, Steph.
Great comment here from AFC always. If you fail to prepare to fail.
I don't know any football fan that's not actually happy for Newcastle. To be fair.
Oh, I think we all suddenly become Newcastle fans, and I just wondered myself, what the hell is that put on your arms, Jez? And I just realised it's a cat.
Oh, it's a cat, yeah.
Well, I suppose.
All I can see is the towel. I can't see nothing else but the towel.
Yeah.
I suppose the only fans really that would be quite unhappy, barring Liverpool fans, of course, would be the Sunderland fans. They're driving.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a video where they're driving past coaches, and these Sunderland fans are on their way down to Coventry away, and they're like, "Oh, giving it the large to Newcastle."
I saw that.
On that same day they lost. What was it? 3-0 to Coventry. And it's like, and then you watch your rivals go win a trophy down in London. Oh, feels bad, doesn't it?
GP saying, last time Arsenal won the leagues, kids were playing PlayStation 2 and GameCube. Rome wasn't built overnight. Give Arteta time. Oof.
Ooh!
Nah.
GP, don't upset Jez. Do not upset Jez, please.
Throw that one into the thing. Oh, jeez. William Holmes is saying you can't compete against multiple fronts with poor squad depth. They knew this and did nothing about it. Very true. And you haven't kind of, as well, Jez already told you, what you brought in has not been up to scratch, not like the old days. That was, we already answered that one. Last time Arsenal won, Rome wasn't built.
Getting that way.
Stephanie Griff saying, carry a pigeon bag trophy sends a different message, Jez. Yes, probably does these days.
Here's a sad fact about London, right? The last time Arsenal won the league, Tony, right? The Shard wasn't built.
Bloody hell. That just says it all then, doesn't it? That's how long ago it was.
There you go.
Jesus. AFC is saying Newcastle bullied Liverpool like they did against us in the semi-final. They fully deserved it. 100%. 100%. Big up, Stephanie, Tony, Jez, John, and Fuzzy.
Yep, definitely.
Big up, Stephanie.
3 subs away from 900. Yes, it keeps bouncing up and down like a yo-yo, but it's getting there. Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate that. GP saying...
Yeah, that as well, Tone. Because I had this 2 weeks ago. The subs would go up 4, 5, then they go back down 4, 5. Back up, then back down. Back up, then back down. And it was like a bloody...
I know, mate.
That's
when you was on with you last week, it was 899. And then by the time we came to the show on Wednesday, it went to 895, and it's just gone up to 897 again. Yeah. YouTube, great thing.
Bots are everywhere.
Yes. Best fan channel on YouTube is still on West Ham United, West Ham Network. Thank you, GP. Appreciate that. Vincenzo saying Spalletti is just like Arteta, absolutely clueless. James is saying, Tony, do you think the vibes at West Ham United are starting to get negative, i.e. Paqueta, Kretinsky situation, players wanting out of faults? It's slowly been, I think it's getting there. The way things are going at the moment, we know, I think we said this on Thursday, me and Budgie, it's a case of, unfortunately, you get Lopetegui and we're still feeling the effects of that. And it's a slow recovery rate. And Potter coming in, it was the right choice. But as we were saying, certain games, he gets it wrong. But with when you look at the board level, you've got 2 people that are stubborn as anything, and that's obviously Sullivan. And I don't know if you want to call her Dame Brady or whatever we want to call her, Karen Brady. But them 2, need to get shot. We need someone else in. We need someone to take over and give us a fresh injection into the club. Not he's literally shot. Yes, like you're saying, not literally shot. Allegedly, as we say.
Well, I suppose there's, you could just call the Jackal. Day after Jackal, call him, pay him a handsome fee. Take care of all of your business.
It needs, something needs to be done, because at the end of the, it's just the fact that. All these, just like Arsenal, all sold down the river. Yeah, we're going to go to a new stadium. We're going to get X amount of fans. We're going to be able to do this and the other, compete in Europe, blah, blah, blah. And we've only met a couple of the boxes, really. But other than that,
Man United as well.
Well, you're in
there.
Big
Stadium. Promise the government's going to pay for it. Oh, really? What happens if they don't? What happens if the project goes down the toilet, Mr. Radcliffe? Pelenos. What
Well, this is the
happens
thing.
if you can't secure the funding? What happens when you get halfway through and you realise, oh no, you can't actually finish this build?
2 billion, isn't it? They want for it.
Something about that, yeah.
Yeah, £2 billion. But yeah, West Ham is just still kind of yeah. Stephanie's saying eyebrows will be raised literally if Don Carlo goes to Arsenal. I can't see it. Can't see it happening. 22, thank you very much. You suspect, I've never tried old school hammers, but Dudgy and Kieran are good. Reminds me of my grandparents in a good way. They two are good on a Wednesday evening. Yeah, just my Mrs. and Nan Grad and all Geordies, 94 years old, both Conley Wise out, happy tears.
Oh, bless them.
Fair play.
Fair play to you. Fair play.
Yeah, right side, man. Hands off Bowen, he's saying, yeah, you're not having Bowen. Usual saying, it's Sunday. Will Budgie be making his usual pissed up appearance? Maybe not today, mate. Maybe not today, usual. Colin saying, Tony, I've actually heard from my insiders in the club tell me Kredinsky not been happy for a while now. He's not liking the way the club's being run. If he goes, I can see the club going backwards. Yeah, we need, like I said, we need fresh injection. For me, Kretinsky, I think, was, he bought into the club, but there could be an ulterior motive to that. And we've just seen it in his purchase of the Royal Mail. Was that the reason why he bought into West Ham? Could be a possibility. James Lamprey saying, John, I've read Arsenal offered a low ball 57 million for Bruno Gomes. Jesus.
He won't be going anywhere. Nah chance.
Howard saying, John, are you the love child of John Beresford and Trevor Sinclair?
I've seen John Beresford before, and he's funny. And Trevor Sinclair, what can I say about him? He's a good player, QPR and Man City, and even your guys as well. So I love it, man.
That's brilliant. GP say, Russ and Ant are too young for me talking about ease and raves. The Dutch have a penalty as well now. Thank you, Howard, to keep us in touch. Vincenzo, Tony, would you take Arteta for Graham Potter? Not in a month of Sundays. Not in a month of Sundays, that's for sure. No way.
I tell you what, though, thing is, right, I wouldn't have him at Newcastle, to be fair. But one thing will happen is, if Eddie decides to go to England and Arteta comes to Newcastle, all our fan base will say, "Oh, we got a manager who's nearly got Arsenal to the title." Yeah, I don't want even near that club. I'm telling you. I'll tell you what, if he does, then I will knock back this manager. And if he wants to have a go at us, Newcastle will have a go at us. Carry on. I don't care.
Yeah.
You can say Arteta out from the moment the links get written in the headlines. I'm Arteta out in the 8th evens.
What you just brought up a great point then, mate. Is if let's just say hypothetically, next November, this coming November, Arteta is sacked. Who the hell would take him? With his track record, who would take him?
I was going to. That's the thing.
Sergeant Ratcliffe on a bad day would.
Because I was going to follow up with Jess before you said with that, because I thought myself, where would Arteta go next?
Yeah, where? Who would take him? I hear this bullshit that he's being lined up to go to Real Madrid.
Jesus.
Or was it Barcelona? I might be getting it wrong.
Barcelona, I think it was. Barcelona, yeah.
What? He'd go to Barcelona? Are you sure? Jesus. I mean, I can't think of a club that would take Arteta. Tottenham, I'd like to see them take him. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that one. Because that would be the final nail in the coffin for them. But I can't see it. Where the hell would he go?
Cool. Yeah, that'll be one to watch out for.
Like I said, I would not have him at Newcastle.
I don't think he'll be here in the UK. I think he'll go abroad. I can't see anyone in their right mind want to take him on.
America.
That's for sure.
I reckon go to America.
Cool. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Mind you, the way if you look at the sad state of affairs, isn't it? They will end up in that. It'll be Chelsea.
Can you imagine that?
They seem to take anyone on, don't they? At the end of the day,
I'll be quite happy with that.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I can see what's his name? Lewis, Curfew Lewis, having a meltdown. If it was Arteta and he keep getting beat.
We look forward to that day, John.
Definitely.
Definitely saying called Worthington Cup to the Worthless Cup. Terence, Tony, I was chatting with a couple of Ammers earlier, and one of them said that Potter had insisted, and it was agreed that our academy would receive 30% more funding. Any truth to this? I'll have to look into that, mate. I mean, if that's the case, it's long overdue. But we are talking about Sullivan. That's the problem we've got. You've got to think at the end of the day, we've got Rush Green as our main place now, and that needs a good overhaul. It's still dilapidated in certain parts of it, so it does need a good old revamp. Newcastle will get Champions League football next season by getting 5th place. Yeah, because of course there's a spare place to be happened, isn't there?
Yeah.
Man United could get Champions League football by finishing bottom half of the Premier League.
and with Europa League.
I'd love to get it just to see the looks on people's faces when they realise, oh my God, the worst Man United side in forever is just gone through into Champions League. Oh. But I'll be here for it because we would have won a trophy on the way there. So
that's true. God, you remember that one, the Rumbelows Cup as well?
Oh yes, remember that.
Rumbelows, yeah.
Costa's, what was it? Costa del Sol Cup. That's features on Tottenham's major honour lists.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Good evening, Brendan. Evening all. Late to the party. Been on the road. As long as you're home, mate. That's the main thing. You're all safe for good. Chinchilla Codpiece. Jesus. Aces are saying Newcastle could still beat 4 times this season with victory at Emirates in the Premier League. Yeah, still beat Arsenal. Whatever way you look at it.
Yes.
Oh dear me! Look, of course, Saturday kind of going there. Look, Jess stroking his pussy. Look, yeah, go there, didn't he?
There you go.
Always, mate. Anthony, she loves it, mate. She loves it.
Big up to the assembled. Evening, everyone. Michael, please saying, question: how many years before the Prem becomes a closed shop? Seems to be going that way. Teams go up, go straight back down.
You know what it is, Michael? I asked that good question for that, Michael. The Premier League has been a poor league. We look at it, right? You got Liverpool. I've got lucky because Arsenal's been crap under Super Duper Mick. Man City's gone in transition, right? Then you got Forest in 3rd, and then when you look at lower half of the table, Spurs has been poor. United's been poor. Yeah, Liverpool had it easy this season. To be fair. Let's be real. They'll be snapping up teams. Yeah. And that's why Liverpool's going to win the league. Next season, if the carries on the way it is, and Newcastle get the right players coming in, then we could do things next season. I really truly believe we can do things. But to do that, we need on the right side mid, a striker to place Wilson. The midfield three is set. We've got the fullbacks, Livramento and Lewis Hall. They're going to come fantastic. Even Trippier's had a fantastic game, but he's going to be 35 in the summer. But what we need, we definitely need a world-class goalkeeper. That's what we need, a world-class goalkeeper. Now, if we can get a world-class keeper coming in, then that could make a huge difference, yeah. No disrespect to Dubravka, he's 36 and Pope is 32. We need a world-class keeper. Chevalier will be fantastic for a little. I watched him. He's a brilliant keeper, by the way. And I would either go for Diogo Costa as well, Portuguese lad, plays for Porto. One of those 2 keepers I'd take. That can make a difference to Newcastle. We kind of chat the players.
Martinez, do you reckon if you put the money out there, do you reckon you could get Martinez? He's world class. He won an FA Cup, a World Cup.
World Cup. Yeah. I tell you what, I wouldn't mind Martinez neither. I think he's a good keeper. He's a quality keeper. He's still a world class keeper, no doubt about it. Jess, I totally agree with you, mate. I mean, he's been in Prem for a long time. I mean, I couldn't understand why you got rid of him. I couldn't understand why. But who sold him though? Did Arteta sold him? Was it to Mick?
It was Arteta, yeah. Arteta.
Dear me, man.
Good night to GP as well. Need to go. Thanks for being with us, GP. Really appreciate it as well. GP. I mean, for me, when you look at it, this season, it has been a bit of a weird season because it's been very close. when you look at points wise, apart from Liverpool kind of breaking away. But everyone's spending. All clubs are buying these windows, and everyone's figuring each other out. I mean, the one team we've got to look at, which you can say is virtually, I'd say for me, is team of the season, and that's Forest.
Yeah,
what he's done with them. It's what he does next year is going to be the question. Is he going to get more backing? And if he does, who knows?
Let's not forget, Tone, right? You know, they're only 4 points behind Arsenal.
Absolutely.
We cock up on two games, and they continue onwards. Because one thing, as I've said this with the Yeti on many discussions during this season, the one thing that Forest had a problem with last year, they couldn't finish their dinner. They'd be like Liverpool last year, 1-0 up, but their defence went to sleep. And that happened in many games last season for Nottingham Forest, whereas the manager this year seems to have sorted that out. So Arsenal got to be careful here, because at the end of the day, we've potentially the games we've got coming up, we should in the next 3 games win them. But Arsenal, Santa Claus Arsenal, and if Forest go like playing like they are, they're not a leaky defence like they have been. Could be very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying it before. I mean, Anthony's even saying possibly 4th could happen to Arsenal.
Yeah, possibly.
But yeah, I think if you do slip up, Forest, and I think that's what Forest are hoping for. I bet you that's part of his team talk. At some point, he's doing that. It's either team talk or it's in training sessions that he's using that as a momentum to get him going. Wouldn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
Michael's saying subs are YouTube. They delete some every month, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, Michael. It just kind of infuriates you as well, kind of things. Because obviously, as we know, we all try and put effort into this, and then it does make you wonder sometimes. Oh, you're a 14-year-old boy, Jesus. Someone was saying construction has started on the BT Tower, has just started when Spurs last won the league title.
Wow. 1961, the year I was born.
Jesus, yeah. John Sclee, you enjoy that open top bus parade with a trophy where Top Gooners wanted an open top bus parade for finishing second. Yep, it's very true.
Very true.
Top Gooners wanted the season the credentials to actually winning a Premier League title changed. Instead of where you finished at the end of the season after game 38, they wanted it to be changed so that the team that was leading the Premier League for the most amount of time was the team that won the Premier League. They wanted the actual rules of football competition changed. How competition works in a league format changed because it wasn't fair on Arsenal. Look at that one.
Wow, that's it. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Vincenzo. Solid Stan has already stated that you don't buy a football club to win trophies.
Wow,
yeah. Colin's saying, wait until Newcastle were able to flex their muscle. 350 billion, and with Kotinski being worth 14 to 15 billion, makes us the 3rd richest club in the Premier League behind Newcastle and Man United.
I tell you what, I mean, now we've got the Carabao Cup. I truly believe that, like you guys said earlier on, we could push on for honest, bigger and better honest, you know what I mean? But I've said, right, and I'm sorry, saying this, but I think Newcastle win the title before Man U do.
Ooh, probable.
Yeah, because I think we've already said, haven't we, fellas? I mean, Man United have got not just a mountain to climb. They've got a plan.
For us, it's like climbing a ladder, except the ladder goes from somewhere in the middle of nowhere on planet Earth, and the other end of the ladder is over on Mars. You've got to climb that ladder. You'll eventually get there, but for the meanwhile, you have to be uncompetitive and think about the project and the process. And, we're going to have to go through some dark days to get to the light at the end of the tunnel. What will probably happen is we'll all get dumbed down to such a point where we'll all disappear from anywhere significant in the footballing league, and then we'll just be forgotten about. The owners will realise, we can't get in, we can't achieve the financial targets we want to achieve. We'll sell the club. We don't care who to. Happy days. They'll probably send us off to some American hedge fund, and they'll end up doing an AC Milan to us and putting us on the verge of bankruptcy or something stupid.
True. On this one, I just want to say before I say to James, Kretinsky's missus has more money than him also, because he's got pocket money. She's the one who's got the money. I think she's 30 billion or something. She is. Good evening, James. How are you, mate?
All good. What's occurring? What we all saying?
Big up to you, mate, guy. Big up to you, mate.
And also,
up, James.
James. Yeah, we were just talking about obviously Newcastle, what they've done and how their owners are looking after their club, unlike our three clubs.
Yeah.
And we were just saying about, I just mentioned about Kretinsky. Looked like he's kind of getting a little bit unsettled and we're looking to move shop.
With Newcastle, they had one problem: Mike Ashley for a long time, and they had to get him out the door and down the road and give Newcastle back to the fans to a point. The new owners are doing it right, but they're stopped by FFP. Let's be real, right? And if they could, they would go out and spend a lot more than they do. But nevertheless, they're spending money in the right areas. Like Isak was a player that anyone could have went and got. They wouldn't have got him. Bruno's the same. A few others. And I just feel they had a lot of problems in the past with Steve Bruce, Mike Ashley, and they had to get rid of the both of them and start afresh. Now, Eddie Howe is a manager that no one really rated to a point, and he was getting quite overlooked. And even some Newcastle fans, when they got him, it was like, what are we getting Eddie Howe for? But I think he's turned them into a good side. Is he the man that can lead them to Premier League glory or European glory or something along that lines? I don't know. League Cup's a start, but I'm not too sure. The real test will be next year. Yeah, if he can keep Isak at the club, add to him, then they've got a realistic chance of competing for at least top 5 and really going for it. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think they're doing all right. And I think what it is with the ownership is they've got a stable owner in there who cares about the well-being of the club. For how long it lasts, I don't know, but you've got to start somewhere, ain't you? To be honest.
True. Big up to NS Sports, John Tennant, the Geordie League gunner. NS Sports is saying, question for the panel: Who are you supporting in the World Cup next year?
No one. I don't watch it. I don't watch international football. I think it's boring as shit.
Colombia.
Panama,
yeah.
Did you see their celebration? Was it a celebration with the guy who scored the goal and took his top off, jumped the barriers and celebrated with Thierry Henry on the actual panelist desk?
That's ballsy, that is. Yeah, give credit for that. NS Sports also asking, question for you, John. Do you see this trophy as a one-off or the first of many?
Hopefully it'll be the first of many. Hopefully. But while wins the FA Cup, I'd love to see us win the FA Cup. I mean, Jez, you love the FA Cup. I love the FA Cup. That is the trophy I'd love to see, because at the end of the day, right, we haven't won the FA Cup since 55, and it'd be awesome.
There's the programme, mate. Last time you won it. That's the last 1955. That's the last time you boys won it, man.
Wow.
52, actually. No, I lie. It's 1952. You won the FA Cup and you beat Arsenal, funnily enough.
We did.
It was Arteta's fault. It was that Spanish fraud.
Yeah, and no, we did have fan channels back in the day, didn't we? Back in '52, no fans channel after games and that,
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think Chester, I think we've asked that one. I think Forest will definitely finish above Arsenal the way it's going at the moment. AFC always got a question for you as well, John. What players do you think Newcastle need to challenge for a league title?
Right down the mid, we need a striker to cover for Cameron Wilson. Well, he'd be gone at the end of the season. Midfield's complete. For me, the fullbacks are complete. Do another defender. We definitely need a world-class goalkeeper. We can get those sort of things. We don't have to spend too much, buy too much, but I start getting bringing too much, but we need to improve in the summer. But whether PSR has hampered us, that's another thing. But I hope that we get those players coming in. I mean, now we won the Carabao Cup, we can attract the players now. Say, look, we win things here now, and then come to us. Look at the players we got. Isak, Bruno Guimaraes, Anthony Gordon, Joel Linton, Kieran Trippier, if he stays next season, Dan Burn. We can improve, and we are going to get better. I mean, if you look at other teams, I mean, Chelsea, up and down, Arsenal, not going to win the title. United, Spurs, we need to improve big time if they want to get back into the Champions League elite. I think we're on the rise in a minute. And let's hope we just keep going. So for me, those are the positions that we need.
Thank you, sir. Arteta could even go to the Arab Emirates, but they'll be dancing on the streets then, because obviously they're saying about him replacing Big Ange at Spurs. Cool, imagine that one as well. Good afternoon to Lone Star. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you. And Brendan's saying Ferguson's just scored a beaut. If he's fit enough, pot us to play him. Yeah, well, we saw that the last time, sat on the bench and didn't even get any game time. Ravi's going here. Question for all of you guys. GA or football men? I'm a football man. Don't need stats to say if a player is good or not. Look at Valverde at Madrid. Poor GA and stats were a great baller.
It's eye test merchant. It's like with, for example, Bruno Fernandes gets thrusted into conversations about one of Man United's all-time greats. The only reason being is because of his goals and assists. Meanwhile, Paul Scholes, who I think in pretty much most of his career has not actually got that amazing worth of stats. But when you look at between the two and the primes, Paul Scholes is, would shit all over Fernandes as far as a midfielder goes. So, I mean, I think GA nowadays is just, there seems to take too much, takes up too much space in people's judgment in football. I think not enough credit to the eye test. If somebody actually looks like they play good on a football pitch, people just don't really seem to care about that. They're just like, oh, but what are his stats? What is his stats? We don't care. He looks like a good player on a pitch. That's why we like those sort of players, because they do good on the football pitch.
Well, that's how they used to be scared in the old days, so it shouldn't change that part. Vincenzo was saying about the keeper situation. Arteta thought Leno was better than Emi Martinez. Leno couldn't catch a cold. Here's one for Michael, please. Question for you. Do you think FFP or PSL, whatever they want to call it, is making the Prem a more balanced league, or is this just a one-off season?
I think we've had this question before.
Sounds familiar.
I think this is just more the case of a one-off season, but I do feel like there's just certain teams that don't really take the idea of competing for the trophies as seriously as perhaps they can do. So you don't see as higher quality and competition. I mean, just look at the league table at the moment, but look at how many defeats each team has had. The only two clubs really that have not had a big amount of losses are Liverpool, Arsenal, and Brighton. Everyone else has had 7 or more losses.
I think it's making a lot of other teams though from the bottom half, teams that are coming up. They're finding it hard to stay in the league. Literally, it's virtually impossible for them to stay in the league as good as. Do you know what I'm saying? Unless one of them teams just falls apart, who's currently in the league. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it proves it this year. Look at the league table this year. All 3 of them teams who come up are going to go straight back down. They just not got nothing about them. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel the league's more condensed in the middle part and sort of coming up to the European positions, but as in like sort of big spending, no one's going to be able to do that. Like when teams go out and spend £100 million on a player, you ain't going to be able to do that like consistently. You can't go out and buy £100 million pound man, another 50 million, another 50 million, because it will cripple you in the end. So. Yeah, I think it's more, for me, it's more that the league's becoming like a super league, but the teams coming up are they've got no firepower to stay in the league, none. Right, and they have to hope that a team falls apart. But I use us as an example, West Ham. This year, we should have been in the relegation battle. Really, yeah. If them teams would have been better, we would have been right in the shit. And because we had sort of scraped ourselves out of it, like Wolves and like a few others, on another season, it's a different scenario. Them teams are a lot closer to us, and it's a different pressure. When a team's 9 points clear or 12 points clear, there's no pressure, is there really?
Fair point.
I mean, the interesting part of that, when you said about the teams come up. I mean, the one for me is the other side of it is looking at Luton. Gets relegated, and it looks like they're going to get relegated again. So all that money they made from what they've been in the Premier League, and that has counted for nothing.
It's just the teams coming up. The teams coming up, they are trying to stay in the league with a Championship side. It's virtually impossible. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Unless you've got a structure like Brentford, right? Or you come up in a season where, like, just for argument's sake, Leeds, Sheffield United and Burnley will come up next season. I use them 3 teams as an example, yeah? Leeds are a massive, massive club, yeah? And they're a bigger club than Bournemouth, Brentford and teams like that, yeah? They should stay in the league. There's no guarantees that Leeds are going to stay in the league next year. None. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, where you used to be able to come up, and we used to see it years ago, if you go back 10, 15 years ago, when West Brom was like the yo-yo side, they would come up, start for a couple of years and go down and reassert themselves and come up again. Like, it's the same teams near enough coming up, right? And it's just a conveyor belt at the bottom, and that's the thing. And when you look at Wolves, and Wolves are the 17th team in the league, and they were one of the teams that last season under Gary O'Neill was going up the league. It shows you how bad the league is, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
True, it is true. Unfortunately, my name is not Steve, but thanks you anyway. Do you see a top team try to poach Jared Bowen?
He's at a top club. What are you on about?
They can try, my friend. They can try.
And that question's to Steve, whoever he is.
Steve.
I know I've been called a few things. Steve is a new one for me, but
if someone says Malcolm in chat, then they're probably talking about me because I've been called Malcolm before.
No, I don't see him going really. I think he's going to stay a West Ham man through and through.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Big up to David James. Have you seen Northside stream Miguel once Arteta gone if it means Sleeper and Saka stay?
Yeah, that will change tomorrow.
Yeah, true.
That's already changed.
Flip-flops. He's the biggest flip-flop out there.
Do you know what, Jez? Don't it piss you off? Right? Because I'm going to be straight. It pissed me off last year with the Moyes in, Moyes out thing. Don't it piss you off that these people can't stand by an opinion, just stand by it and just go, you know what? Right? If you want Arteta in and you say, right, this is the reasons why, you stand by it, then stand by your opinion and hold firm it, yeah? If you want him to go and you're like, I want this fucker out the door because he's not going to develop us further down the road, then that's fine and all. But it's when they sort of go, they try and turn it so their argument's right. Like, that's one thing that grates me on YouTube. Is like, listen, just hold it and just go, right, yeah, I want him gone, and you get more respect that way.
No, exactly.
The thing is, I
Totally
was
agree.
on a show with him, right? I was on Dan Potts' 12th man show, right? A couple of 3 months back. And I said to Egal, I said he was defending Arteta again. You know what I mean? And I said, the thing is, I gave him absolute fact. I said, but you said, Egal, you said at the start of this season, if he doesn't win us the league, you want him gone. And he went, yes. I said, so why do you want him back in? I've changed my mind.
Flip flop. He's a flip flop.
Yeah, straight away.
He's a flip flop.
No argument then. You got no argument because you made a statement and then you've now totally gone round the corner and totally reversed your argument and said, nah, I'll give him another year.
As a West Ham fan, Jez, yeah, I've told you this before, right? From me looking at it from the outside, I think the only problem with at Arsenal is Arteta. That's the only that is the only problem because you've got a manager there that can't get over the line.
And he's played out, isn't he? He's played out.
Yeah, but what it is that you can build a side up, and we've all seen it with clubs. Yeah, you get to a stage where a club will build a club up to a standard, right? As Johnsy, I use Newcastle as an example. Eddie Howe, he built Newcastle up from the Steve Bruce days and everyone else, right? And Mike Ashley. There's going to come a time where Eddie Howe might not reach that next level. Yeah, and the same thing applies with Arteta at the minute. I don't think Arteta's got I don't want to say minerals, but I don't think he's got the cornets, as Troy Dean would say, to get over the line. It's true, though. I was going to call you fucking Steve then. It's true, Tone. It's true.
I know, mate. I know.
But like, it's like I don't think he's got the final delivering sort of punch to get over the line, whereas other managers and other head coaches can. And that's the problem with Arsenal, yeah. Is Arsenal have been there, they've built the side up, yeah. And Arsenal far away, I think 5 signings. They signed 5 quality players in key positions. Centre forward, I think they need a covering left-sided attacker for Saka, a central creator in the middle of the park, and I think their fullbacks maybe. Like Lewis Skelly's all right, but the other side's a bit of a problem. We've got about 4 or 5 left backs at the club, and he's nailed down one of them. Do you know what I mean? Right. And then maybe a covering centre half in case Saliba or Gabriel go down. Yeah, but Arteta will make excuses, and the problem is them excuses are wearing thin in the Arsenal community. True. The problem is some people are scared of change, and some people go, right, change is necessary. Yeah. And I was like this last year with Moyes, funny enough, right? I didn't really want Moyes to go, but I had to accept it because it was just getting toxic in the fan base. Like the fan base was going at each other all the time, consistently. And my fear was not so much whoever the next manager is, it's the owner. Because whoever the owner picks, really, because like with Kroenke's got the money to go out and get anyone. With our owner, he don't go out and get anyone. He goes out and gets the cheapest man possible for the job. So, like, I think Arteta's the problem, if I'm being honest. And until I think next season will show that. If you want me to be honest, I think he gets sacked within 18 months from now. If you want me to be honest,
I think you're totally right, James. I mean, I think it was proven clear last season, right, when we were points clear. But what he did was some stupid nonsense against West Ham. And he did stupid nonsense at Fulham. And it basically cost us the league. And yet people will not sign up to that fact that he, nobody else, he cost us the league. True. By his nonsensical tactics and his absolutely idiotic substitutions. And James, hang on, you nailed it right on the head. And it amazes me that there are Arsenal YouTubers out there that will not recognise that fact.
Yeah.
We all see it, all of us here, all of us on this panel, loads of people in the chat can see that fact that he cocked it.
I think with a lot of them, Jez, I think a lot of them want him to succeed more than anything. That's the problem. And there's people like yourself and Lee Garner and a few others who say, this geezer's not the guy. He's just not the guy. He could be here for another 10 years. He just ain't going to do it. So you got two sides of the coin, ain't you? On the one side, you've got people that want him to succeed at the club because he's been here for a while. He's built Arsenal up, and they want him to have that glory, so to speak. And then there's the people on the other side of the coin who say, this geezer's been here for a long time. He's let go so many times titles. But I remember a few years ago when you played us at the LS, and you was 2-0 up, you was looking good, and you was on the verge of winning it then. Or you was neck and neck with City. And then we come back and drew 2-2 at the LS. And I look at it like that, and I look at it that some Arsenal fans are in a bit of denial when it comes to Arteta. For the simple fact of the matter is they're thinking more of him than they are the club.
Yes,
And that's
true.
And that's the problem. And that's the problem.
It's not better FC, mate. It's Arsenal.
Exactly.
That's the problem, and you totally bang on. You know,
Totally
I
agree
actually
on
had a guy come to me the other day, right? I mean, he was trolling. I know he was trolling. And I actually think Arteta is bigger than Arsenal. I knew he was taking the piss. I didn't reply to him, right? I'm thinking, no, you're having a laugh, fella. But we're going to get that. We're going to get the idiots out there.
Sure.
You bang on. I don't get it. What is this? I mean, it's bullshit. This bullshit bloody banner. Best looking Spaniard we know. That should have been ripped down and burned. Years ago.
That's true. It's true.
I totally agree with you, Jess. I
Yeah.
totally agree with you. I mean, they're all sucking up to Arteta, you know what I mean, saying that he's the best they ever had.
Yeah.
No, he's not. He's not a winner. He's never been a winner. Yeah?
Proven that.
I mean, he spent 800 M's or less than 800 M's, yeah, and he still can't win a title, you guys.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? He cannot get you over the line. And how many more chances does he need to try and get you guys over the line? Let's put it this way: if he doesn't win the title, right? I mean, you're not going to win it anyway. Sack him, yeah. If you say next season, he's got to do it. Otherwise, he's done. He should have been done when you were 8 points clear. 2 up against Liverpool, drawn. 2 against West Ham, drawn. He couldn't beat Southampton at home, yeah. He couldn't beat Forest away, yeah. He's effed it up.
The problem is, though, John, you know, and because they've given him a new contract, it's going to cost them a small fortune to get rid of the man.
Yeah, but let's put it this way. Can Arsenal win it, or do Arsenal need teams to fail in order to win it? That's the $1 million question.
They need other teams to fail because we've seen it already by case in point in previous seasons.
Yeah.
Where other teams have started really shitting the bed. That's where they're finding their results. I mean, this season you could use an example. They're second place by playing shit football, where everybody else has been playing that much worse. And that's where they're getting these points from. So they get these games where we're sort of expecting them to get the banana skin games, or the teams that we're now having to say, oh, they'll lose against them, are teams that technically, you know, they've not become any more likely to beating Arsenal. It's just all the other teams that should be beating Arsenal are not doing it. But it's also created a false narrative that this Arsenal team is fantastic and one of the best in Europe, and it's so much better than, you know, Real Madrid and all of that, because everybody else is just that trash. It's not because Arsenal are that much better. It's because everybody else is that much worse.
That's where the season's gone. Just want to say this first of all. Sorry to interrupt you there. Big up to Mr. Joshy J. Just got over 10,000 watched hours, so well done on that score yourself. But got the question of the night for you guys. Does Sudocrem cure worms? That's the question of the night.
It can. I've been there. Other Sudocreams are available, as someone would say.
Lodestar saying last season Forest finished 17th with 32 points in 38 games. This season third with 54 points after 29 games. Ever been a bigger turnaround?
I think Forest is a one-off. I just want to say this quick. I think Forest is a one-off there. Yeah, but don't forget, Forest had to cheat. They had to cheat to get where they are. They had to do that and take a points deduction and all that game. Yeah, so let's not make out. And their owner, how he's done it, I don't know. But yet again, you got to give him fair dues. He's pumped money in there. He's bought all the players that the manager wants, and they're all clicking into gear. You got, was it Anderson from Newcastle? They paid like 40 million for, whatever it was. Morgan's Gibb White. You know, there's a few in there. Let's be real. So you know, I think it's just a one-off this year. It's just one. If we finish 17th or 16th and we finish third next year, I won't be saying it.
Yeah. Retract it in an instant. Mark, we'll say it with you, Fuzz. Where do Man United find this $2 billion for the new stadium when they're already $1 billion in debt?
Add to the debt number. They're already $1 billion in debt, and and you'll say, "Oh, but sometimes debt's good." Okay, then. So we're just going to sit here and watch you double the debt on the club, and then the club accounts are then going to have to pay off that stadium fee, by the way. So there goes Man United being a competitive football club for what could, depending on how long it takes them to pay off the stadium, several decades. Good job, Ineos.
Jeez, yeah.
Yeah, don't hate Ineos enough. Yeah, don't hate them enough. That's.
Can I ask you, Fuzz? Where do you see Man United currently right now next season? If he gets a few players in, are Man United a top 10 side for you right now?
At the moment, not really, no. But dependent on what sort of players he gets in, getting the right players out, sack the club doctor, because that guy's got a judge on him. He's done some madness with Paul Pogba, because the Pogba family's had some weird sort of voodoo thing going on there where they're cursing each other. So yeah, we've got we need to find God at this point. Find God, give Amorim a couple of his players that he wants, and not let other clubs, poach him.
Other religions are available. You got to put it out
Go
there,
be a Jedi. Go be a part of a Jedi religion.
Use the
swing
Force.
lightsabers.
Use the Force.
Go swing like Man United lightsabers now on sale. Oh, half and half lightsabers. No, fuck off.
Wow. Vincenzo asking you, John, would you take Aaron Ramsbottom of Southampton to replace Pope?
No, definitely not.
Yeah, no, as David James says, Pope is better. Supporting Spain. Denmark have now equalised. Lone Star saying England can win the World Cup.
No.
Yeah. Can't see that one myself. Colin's saying, I love the FA Cup, hardest cup to win, and love it because always surprises us getting beaten by minnows. That's why the best cup competition.
Yeah.
Totally agree on that. Lone Star saying, can West Ham finish above United?
No. Just being honest. I just can't see it.
But can, but probably less likely.
Man United will be above us by one goal.
One goal difference.
Yeah.
Before I'll go back to Ennis ones, but Terence is saying, Tony in the panel, great entertaining show. Toby and the legendary Gay Bulldog requires a Spurs. Hopefully being time to listen to, if not, night all. Terence, good to see you, and thanks for being with us as always. Ennis Sports saying, question for the panel, what would be your ideal summer transfer window for your respective clubs?
Arteta sacks. And bring in a number 9, proper striker, a proper controlling midfielder. Yeah.
I can imagine it at the start of the fucking window. I'm just sitting here thinking about it, like breaking news. Arteta's been sacked, but they've decided fucking like a top class striker somewhere. Just like Jez will be dancing in the streets, mate. Honestly,
I'll tell you what, mate. I'll tell you what. If that happened, I'd dance fucking naked in the street.
All on Jez's channel, mate. In the coming months.
It's 9:49, the 23rd of the March. Be prepared.
Just a word of warning. You might have Arteta holding the back pages, being sacked and signing the number 9. But if that ever happens, Jez would be holding the front page. Naked man dancing in the
Naked man
streets.
exposed. The Arsenal expose.
Absolutely, Jez. Yeah.
With a copper with his hat over me old what's it? You know what I mean?
Tone, what do you reckon we need? I think we need a lot.
Striker, midfielder, winger, defender, keeper.
New club.
I think we need at least 3 midfielders. And that's to start off with.
Sean Longstaff you can have. On a fee. On a fee.
Nah, that's right, mate.
You got 36 minutes.
John, if you bring him on with a piggy bank and you bring him all the way down to the London Stadium, mate, possibly we'll take it on, yeah?
But now in West Ham, we are like the retirement home for like previously good players, isn't it? So, I think we need 3 midfielders, 2 centre forwards, a covering left back, centre half, and a goalkeeper. And I think that's roughly about that, really. I mean,
yeah, I think United probably, well, definitely needs a new goalkeeper. Get Calamity and Arnold out of the club. Get us somebody that's actually a capable goalkeeper. I think centre backs will definitely want to sign somebody that will replace somebody like a Lindelof or a Maguire or Johnny Evans or something like that. I think definitely needs a bit of a midfield overhaul. Options that are capable on the defensive capability, but those that can create, because that's one thing we don't like to do, is create clear-cut chances as much. Somebody capable on the number 10 or the number 10s. I mean, we've only have everybody at the club. This club only has 4 forward players. Like that's not taking into account that people are injured or fit. Just forward players, 2 or 3 positions, 4 players at the club to fulfill those. So we are very weak in the attack. So we've got to have number 10s, a decent number 9. Because I mean, Højlund's, people say, "Oh, Højlund's, he's getting confidence again." Yeah, but what was confidence in a couple of games when it's Manchester United? You might just go revert to type. Give us an actual experienced number 9 with that bit of quality and a bit of know-how, a bit of intelligence to them. And we should be okay, at least for the short term. And somebody to replace Diogo Dalot. Get that guy out the club, because he's turned into he's the new Phil Jones. The new Phil Jones. I christened the Portuguese Phil Jones.
Wow.
Felipe Jones.
Question for Steve. Is it better to be the pigeon or the statue? Well, the pigeon, you can shit from a great height. Simple as that. Italy's equalised in the 95th minute, 3-3. That must have been a game. Trip saying Arteta ain't winning anything worth anything. That's true. Arteta 50 million a year to win fuck all. Yeah, not a bad gig to have, is it?
Not a bad job, that, mate.
Jared saying Arteta actually isn't really Spanish. Well, he's something, that's for sure. Good evening, Frog. Evening, you dodgy lot. Hope everyone is good, as always. Definitely. Here is our good old friend Nick Hayder. There's a surprise. Jez, I honestly think Arteta is bigger than the club now. If he is sacked, I'll follow him to his new club. Ooh.
Good.
Good.
Go on. This is the idiot.
Yeah. Colin's saying, like I said before, Arsenal should have persisted and kept Unai Emery. I think they won the title by now, and we've
Jez, best thing to do, right, is sell scarves. Arteta and his new club, you make a fucking killing.
Tell you what, you might do that because my wife does all this crafting stuff. Yeah, I might say, run me up 1,000 scarves, Arteta out, and she's
you'll sell that in 5 minutes.
Mate, listen, business stops for no one. Trust me.
Imagine. 1,000 scarves, £5 a time, right? Oh, that's £5,000, man. I think I'll get her on that one tomorrow.
Get her on that one, yeah, absolutely.
I have some royalties involved, son.
A cut. I'll take a cut in that. I was present when the idea was conceived.
Yeah.
I'll take a 5% cut.
All I can see above Jezzy's head is the light bulb going off. Bing.
I'll tell you what, I put on the scarf, the classics, right? Yeah. Arteta out, light bulb, bing, from the Amazon documentary, fucking lemon, about squeezing lemon, right? Yeah, pickpocket, yeah, get your pocket picked, right, and win the dog.
Yeah,
mate, I'll make a fortune. And
the slogan should be, "Win is everything," and have the picture of the dog there.
No, I'll give it 10%, James. I think you're on a winner. 10% to you.
Absolutely. I think Jason Carter's gone and left us and they say, thoroughly enjoyed the stream. Thank you, gents. Jason, appreciate you being with us as always. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, Jason.
Lone Star Tech has requested everybody hit the like button. Been a right giggle. Thank you, Lone Star. Appreciate that. Good evening to Lee Akers as well. Seen a Newcastle United team next season. They look a progressive club. A few tweaks here and there, and they're ready. Good
shit. Yeah, I've got to agree with Lee there because, like I said, get the players that we need, yeah, and we'll be fine. I mean, I'm really looking forward for next season already because I think we'll do bits. I'm not saying we're going to win the title, but I tell you what, we've got to give it a right go in the top four and go for an FA Cup.
Agree on that as well. Colin's saying, I tell you what we need, new owners, top of the list at West Ham. That would be my wish, everyone's wish, I think, at this point. Everyone's wish. Yeah. Brendan saying, how as usual, my tune of the day is gone by Cerebro. Went back to my Eastern European techno catalogue. Fine video, though, I recall. We'll have to look that one up then. Do my exercise before I go to bed. Michael, on a bright note, West Ham ladies beat Spurs to go above them today. Happy days. Good evening to Abs, Waffle TV show. And, good evening, gents. Evening to yourself as well. Hope you're keeping well. And don't forget, everyone, all the content creators, if you get the chance to, go over to see their channels, give them a like. I'll give it a listen later on he's saying. I'll put them out. And also to a good old friend, Oregon Goon. Big up Dow. Big up fellas. And of course, Fuzzy.
Is he an Arteta in or Arteta out person, Jez? Do you know?
He's an Arteta out, mate.
He's out.
Fuming Arteta out.
Yeah, I mean, Steve, you need to do a show, son.
Yeah.
You can be Steve from fucking Hertfordshire who does a show and Arsenal. I mean, make a fucking killing time, isn't it?
Yeah, you tell me about it.
From Broxbourne.
Andy Hooper says, sounds a good idea with these scars, but can I have my mug first, Jez?
Fuck me, yes. That's it. Right, listen.
Breaking news.
Going out to you this. Fuck out.
And he dropped it.
That is yours. That's the new design. The wife's created it. It's coming to you. Posted this week.
Do you know what you should do with that? Yeah, you should get like a get the badge, then get Arteta's face, and then put a big cross on it.
Actually.
What you need to do is one of them.
Hey, mate, I'm a man of knowledge tonight, mate. This time next year, Jez will be a millionaire, mate.
Well, one of those mugs that have got the technology that when it's empty, it's cold. It's one picture, but when you fill it up with hot liquid, it changes into another picture.
That's it.
Stick a troll picture underneath it, so that every time you fill it up with tea, it's gone from a mug he loves to a mug he absolutely despises.
Do you know what it is, right? When you fill it up, it goes to Arteta and a big arrow saying, sack him. Sack him.
The Sacco meter for Arteta, once it's fully filled up, that's where it fully reveals Arteta's been.
That would actually be epic, you know.
Nick, he asked him, saying, Nick, did Arteta save our club? Still asking that. Dow is saying, Dow is Cronky's in, guys. Big up to Matthew Robson. Big up there. Dow saying, yeah, sack him now. There's your answer. Huge congrats to Eddie Howe for winning the trophy in his first 5 years. Absolutely. And Dow's agreeing with that as well. Behave. They're off again. Ace saying, Jezza, mate, Anthony wants his Bristol Rovers tractor supporter mug instead of the Arsenal mug.
I got along on my harvester, and I'll give you the key.
What you should do, send the Arsenal mug on standard delivery, but then secretly post a Bristol Rovers mug on express delivery. So it overtakes the Arsenal mug, gets to his door first. He's like, "Oh fuck's sake, who sent me this?"
Oh,
Brilliant. Well, England tomorrow, isn't it?
Well, it certainly is. Boring
There
is
we
the
go
international
again.
break, though, isn't it?
Oh, just said that earlier on, mate. Yeah, it's actually, yeah. What's the point?
I've got a
be
topic
fair.
of conversation for you, Tone. If you haven't discussed it, I see it on a podcast the other day, and it sort of wham it a little bit. But what is better, the Carabao Cup win from Newcastle or West Ham winning in Prague?
Ooh. That's a good point.
That's
First of all,
a
just
great
saying
question.
good evening to Mike Illingham. Good evening, panel on the chat. Good to see you, Mike. Hope you're keeping well.
Mike.
Big up, Mike.
Yeah,
Oh, dear me.
I'd probably say that the West Ham win's probably a bigger win, but I think for both clubs, maybe more so Newcastle, their win is more significant to them.
What they were saying was really is that Newcastle win because of the teams they had to face. So they looked at West Ham as the teams they had to face. They weren't proper competition, which I disagree on totally. Fiorentina played Inter Milan in their sort of cup final, lost, and they played against us and lost, and they were a very good side, Fiorentina, in the final. The lead up to the final, I can understand it, but it's a tricky one, really. I think the Newcastle one is a moment where they went out, they went to beat Arsenal on the two legs, they beat Liverpool, they beat some good sides, but then I look at our one is that we've not got nowhere near the firepower money wise that Newcastle have got. We haven't got the squad that Newcastle have got, and at the time we had Declan Rice and Jared Bowen, who literally carried this team to a point, and without them two, we there's nowhere near we've even got the fucking group. So I don't know.
I'll come back to it.
I'll let John land and see what he thinks.
Let me just say good night to Colin first of all. Good night to all you wonderful gentlemen on the panel, Tony, Jez, Fuzzy, James, and John. Always a pleasure listening to you all. Great show. Take care and God bless you all. See you next time, Colin. Take care and rest up well where you can. When you get the
Bless up, Colin.
John, you go first, then I'll answer afterwards.
I've got a bounce, boys.
Cheers.
But thank you. Excellent show, as always. This show is.
Thank you, mate.
Big up, Tone.
And to you as well, Jez.
Be careful
Jez.
landing them aeroplanes. And Fuzzy, John, as always, James, as always, you guys. It's a pleasure to be on this show. I love it. I fucking love it.
If we see you next week in a suit, then them endorsement deals, them fucking mugs and scarves, mate, are doing well, son. That's what like that. You know what I mean? So if you're in a suit next week, I want to know what my cut is, Jez. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't worry, mate. You get your 10%. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
Jez, face again, banging around.
Jez.
As always, gentlemen, it's a pleasure being here. Great chat with all you great people and the chat as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Mama, as always. And I'll catch you gentlemen later, yeah? Take care.
Take care.
Take care, Jez. What you doing, mate? Bless up, mate.
Take care.
And you as well. And you. And also, good night to Vincenzo as well. Good night to everyone. Good night. John, so how did you answer that one? That question.
For me, I think both teams deserve success. Let's put it that way. Yeah. If you want to look at both sides, yeah. I mean, West Ham did win the FA Cup in 1980. We haven't won anything for 55 long years. But then again, James, Tony, you haven't won it for 43 years at the time. For me, romantically, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to be slightly biased, swing towards us, because when you look at it, we haven't won anything in domestically since 1955. Yeah, 70 long years. Because we, as a fan base, right, we haven't won many trophies yet. We won the league in 1927, 3 FA Cups in the 50s, the first cup in 69. But since then, we haven't won any kind of trophy for 56 years. Yeah. 70 year domestically. Yeah. For us, I think personally, when you look at the job Eddie Howe's done, right? Okay, he spent over 400 mil, right? And we want Eddie to succeed. I've always said, Eddie Howe, I want him to succeed and win us trophies, yeah? Get us where we want to be. And he did exactly that. For that moment, sorry, Tony, sorry, James, it's going to have to be us, just because we as a fan base deserves crime for success. West Ham's won a couple of trophies, yeah? Like I said, back in 1980. They also won 75 FA Cup final as well, right? Well, I think Alan Taylor scored twice, if memory serves us correctly, right? I was only 6 at the time. And for me, I think the nation wants us to be successful. And I think, for me, I have to say Newcastle, because I want to see my football club win a trophy. Now, if I died tomorrow, I'd die happy man, because I saw this football club won a trophy. That's all I wanted to see Newcastle United. Thank you, Eddie Howe. Thank you to the players who made it happen, such as Joe Linton, came to us 40 million flop. Bruno Guimaraes couldn't speak a word of English when he came. Now captain the team, yeah. Alexander Isak, a world-class striker, Bosch, yeah, got us a trophy. When he scored that goal, that was an iconic moment for us to win the trophy, yeah. And we look at the others, right? We've got players, got about 6-7 players that played under Steve Bruce, by the way, right? Substandard players. I won't say substandard players, but just good players weren't going to take us anywhere. Now, every one of them are all Toon legends, yeah? And I'm talking Joe Linton, Fabian Schär, Dan Burn, yeah? Lewis Hall, Livramento, yeah? To me, right, we're still talking about it now. We're not going to forget this moment. 16th of March, 2025. We're champions, yeah? We're our champion. The players are champions who won a trophy, yeah? They love this football club. They love this football club, right? Why should it be? I mean, just called it out. Why? Because players like Isak, Bruno Guimaraes, right? Joe Linton would leave this football club. Why? Because we're on the up. Eddie Howe's on the up, yeah? I mean, next season, I think we're going to do bits next season. I'm not going to win the title.
I believe so.
Because I think, look at the clubs. I'll make it quick because I know people's gone. Chelsea haven't improved. United haven't improved. Spurs haven't improved. Yeah? But yeah, they've not been improved. Liverpool will get sussed out next season. Yeah? And I'll tell you for why. They've been lucky they won the title this season. They've been lucky this season because City on the better in the season now, transforming to next season, yeah? They're going to be back, yeah? Nottingham Forest, big up to them. They've done well, right? Got in the top 4 this season. They're going to get Champions League football this season. What John Nuno's done, right? What will happen next season, I don't know. But Newcastle, right, if we keep the players that we got and add to it, we're going to be okay. We're going to be absolutely fine.
All I say is this, John, just remember the 16th of March is a great day for some reason. 16th of March is a good day.
Who's your birthday? Who's your birthday? When it's time?
Who's your birthday?
Or Steve.
It's Steve, yes. It's Steve's
whatever you
birthday.
go by nowadays,
Happy birthday, Steve.
I just want to say.
I want to say quickly, very quickly, right? So the cutting, right? I know. Just a quick one. The Carabao Cup is not a Mickey Mouse Cup. It's a cup we can win as an honour and takes into European football. Yeah, don't diss it, right? I've never dissed it. It's a trophy to be won, and we've done it.
The only thing I will say, what John said, yeah, is when you look at Newcastle's side, yeah, and you look at our side from 2023, I think what we achieved is a bit more because they've got more quality than what we had at the time. When you look at our side back then, where Mikel Antonio up front, Rice, Bowen, Paqueta. Defence wasn't all that. And we relied on a lot of, I ain't gonna say luck, but we relied on a good draw and we played well in big games. Yeah, but we've been playing well for a few seasons in Europe. Yeah, to that moment, we got knocked out against Frankfurt in the semi-final, and then we went into the Conference League the following year and we won it. And I think when I look at what we did, I think going around to all them places, seeing the world to a point, yeah, and going to Prague as the club that we was, and to win the trophy that was, I just think it's I'm going to say it's a bit more of an achievement than anything, because you're going up against the world's best who have qualified in that category. Do you know what I'm saying? And Fiorentina, people forget Fiorentina are shit, right? And they say, oh, Fiorentina are crap. They were very good that year. They were very good. They lost against Inter Milan in their sort of Coppa Italia final. Yeah, I think it was like 2-1, I think it was. And they played us 3 days later, and we beat them 2-1 and all. So they were a good side with a good manager at the time. And fair enough, we played AZ Alkmaar, who are not the same size as they are today. And from where we have come from, and West Ham don't win hardly anything. Like I say, that's the first trophy I ever see. And what was funny, really, when John says the 16th of March, I still remember the 7th of June, 2023. It stays with you. When you win a trophy, it stays with you. And for me, memories are everything. I just feel that with Newcastle's squad, they had the squad this season to go out and beat them, like Arsenal and Liverpool, right, with Isak up front and all that. And when I look at us, we just didn't. We relied on we relied too much on the individuals to sort of get us over the line. If Declan Rice, Bowen, Paqueta weren't on it, we ain't winning that competition. And that's it, really.
I mean, I'll go by Michael Blees here. It says both cups are special to their own fans, and absolutely right. But for my take of it, for that question, yeah, the Newcastle squad is levels to what we are. But you've got to think of that season, we finished 14th. But we achieved that Conference Cup. For me, that's where it kind of. I mean, look, both deservedly to be near enough on par, and for a Newcastle fan, it's this reason. For us, for me, we finished 14th, so really we shouldn't got nowhere near to getting to that kind of stage.
Yeah,
but to get to there, that in itself was an achievement. Just going to catch up with the chat and bring someone else in before we finish. We're going to wrap up. Of course, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup. The ball was dodgy. Flies differently. Yeah,
the ball was remote controlled by Newcastle. The controls in the stands like,
big up below. Fresh saying, yeah, Fiorentina still going strong in Europe this year, yeah. So I am Titanium. Catch you later, guys. Thanks for coming in, as always. Appreciate that. To be fair, Newcastle got it absolutely spot on against Liverpool in the final. And there's a couple of questions to ask before we go. But let's bring in this man, Michael Chelsea FC. Big up.
Hey, big up, guys. Big up Ozzy, big up James, big up John Sinclair TV.
Big up Michael.
Well done to Newcastle last week on the Carabao Cup. I was actually cheering for you guys to win that, so I'm glad you've done it. I mean, any chance of seeing Liverpool in the mud, I'll take it. Seriously.
Finally.
True.
But yeah, you guys deserved it. So
thank you very much, man. I'm just nearly in tears, man. Last week I was in tears, but greatest moment of my life being a Newcastle fan.
Oh yeah,
it's got a great achievement. Leon's asking the question. Sorry, go on, Michael. Go on. Before I ask this question.
Sorry, I was a bit late, Tony. I had people on my show, so I actually got carried away in terms of the stream.
No worries, you're here, mate. That's the key thing. You're here, man. Anyway,
yeah.
Good to see you.
Obviously, apologies.
No worries at all. One for you here, James. Leon's asking: does any ever think Moyes would have used Ferguson more?
Never know, mate, will we?
No, it's true.
I mean, we just never know, right? At the end of the day, when people keep slagging off Moyes is the one who brought in Jared Bowen, who scored the goal in the final to win us the trophy. And they forget that when they suffer from a bit of Alzheimer's when you mention that to them. Do you know what I mean? So Bowen scoring that last minute winner, and especially the way we did it and all, was dramatic enough as it is. Do you know what I mean? 1-1 looks like it's going into penalties or extra time at least, and we're all going through it, and then Bowen goes through and Do you know what? I'll never forget that night. I will never forget. I know exactly where I was. I was 5 minutes from West Ham's training ground in Chadwell Heath in East London, and when he went through, I went, he ain't missing. Like, the whole pub that I was in the pub, literally 5 minutes from the ground, from the training ground, and the whole pub just knew it was in. It was in the back of the net. And when you got a player going through like that, I think if you watch your team and you watch your players of your team and you just know what players are good at that, do you know what I'm saying? And every club's had it over the years. I remember when like Henry used to do it for Arsenal, you go through 1-on-1, it was always in the back of the net.
Yeah.
So you know.
Now, if it was Darwin Núñez,
it'd be in the back of their net.
Yeah.
Very true. Last question here is for Michael, saying, do you think England are any better under Tuchel?
Too early to tell. Could be just a placebo. I think Tuchel would be a bit more demanding of players than Southgate ever was, because Southgate was just in love with them. He was their best buddy.
Yeah, I see that. Oh my god.
But yeah, I think Tuchel actually will demand more from players, I suppose.
Yeah.
He's actually got a bit of pedigree to him, but I think again, it's his bosses are the FA. It's pretty much the English mafia at this point.
True. Low Star saying, when West Ham won the conference, it felt like the nation won Eurovision.
Oh my god.
Michael Blees is saying, the last time we won the FA Cup, we were a second division team beating Arsenal. Yeah, remember that one. Remember that. Leon's laughing at that one. Stephanie saying, Jim Bowen always hits the bullseye. I know it's Jared. Oh, it's a J in it. Still counts at the end of the day. And we are blessed because we've got Trevor Nelson in the house. Number one Trevor in the house. Good to see you, Trevor Nelson, on there. Still doing them, mixing them tunes. Good to see you, matey, in there. And on that note, Michael, thanks for coming in. As I say, lateness is greatness, as always. But it's been a good show. You know, we've had some good comments in there and that. And well, thanks for Jez for being on as well. Obviously, James from E20. Fuzzy, as always. Anthony Herbert, after he's still munching on his McDonald's. And
he's still going through his monumentally long order. He's ordered half the menu.
He's chewing one fry at a time. Just one fry at a time. And as always,
sucking
good to
the
see
salt off the fries.
Jesus, don't want to go down that route. And John Sinclair, welcome back into the channel. It's good to have you on here, sir, as well.
Thank you very much indeed.
Jose saying, just finishing washing the box set, and you guys are still going strong. That's what an international break does for you.
Oh.
Great show, Stephanie saying, thank you very much. Lodestar saying, enjoyed. Say hi to Bigfoot. He's in the chat, I think, still. Fox saying, both Bowens have the same catchphrase. Look what we could have won. Well, we did win it. That was the main thing. But people in the chat, thanks for hanging around with us and that. Appreciate you being with us, and some great comments and questions in there as always. Wednesday, you'll see me, Fuzzy, and Anthony back for the good, the bad, and the ugly. And on Thursdays, it's the West Ham reviews. And James obviously joins us and lays on some great comments on that as always, which we're saying there. Frank's is he saying, Mama's there. Jose saying, smash the likes for Tony. He tries very hard. Yeah, tries very hard. I'm trying to grow my hair back in that. Very hard. And Lone Star says, stay humble.
Turkey.
Yeah,
stay humble.
Turkey teeth and turkey hair. That's what we want to do. But for everyone else, thanks for hanging around with us and enjoy the rest of your week. Hope you have a good one. And take care for now.
Arteta in.
Hey!